Hello everybody and welcome back here to our Blyth Spartans series. Today we are taking on the Shrimps, Morecambe FC. Then our second game, which was going to be our first game until it got postponed, is going to be against the historic club Notts County, the oldest professional football club in the world. A founding member of the Football League. They've fallen on hard times in real life. In FM, they've made it back into the Football League. They're in League 2 here. So we couldn't miss the opportunity to play them in an episode. But before we jump into the games, we have made two new signings. First one is that goalkeeper I showed you in last episode, Dion Curtis Henry. He joins as our backup keeper. We did start him in the Papa John's Trophy against Norwich under-23s, and he got himself a clean sheet in that game. But I think we're going to stick with Alex Mitchell for now. We have Dion here in case we need to change things up. Then a signing who we just signed yesterday, Oscar Bob, a 20-year-old Norwegian. He's going to be our right-sided inside forward. He looks like a real talent here. He was released by Man City, and he actually doesn't have a work permit, but he seems to be eligible to play. And after we signed him, he has a status that he's settled until 2024 and is not treated as a foreign player. So if that's the case, I don't know why we had to spend money to apply for a work permit, which then got denied. So not really sure about that. Seems like we wasted $28,000 for that work permit application. And yeah, we actually had other players that we were trying to sign and the work permits got denied, so I canceled the transfer. And the reason why I accepted it for Oscar is when I had him here on trial and when I was offering him a contract, he only had 200 days left until he was eligible to get his English citizenship. And then when we signed him, it reset. So that's pretty freaking annoying, not gonna lie. But yeah, he's going to be our starter. So hopefully with that, he'll get enough game time and he'll be eligible for that work permit. Now moving over to the schedule. Let's see how we've gotten on. So after our opening game against Gillingham, we took on Blackpool in the League Cup. And yeah, we lost 3-1 to championship side Blackpool. They opened up the scoring 4 minutes in before we got a goal. Pretty much on the brink of halftime, Ali got it. They then have a player sent off. So we played the whole entire second half with a man advantage. And yeah, it wasn't enough. We conceded 2 goals in that second half and Blackpool advanced. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of annoying. Not disappointed to get knocked out of the competition, just disappointed at how we got knocked out. Should have done better with the man advantage, but that just shows how big of a gap between League 2 and the championship. But then we returned to league action, got a 1-1 draw against Doncaster. This time we have a player sent off. Oxlade Chamberlain, straight red in the 20th minute. They were already up by a goal. We showed good determination and fight, and we got a second half equalizer. Then we got back to winning ways with an emphatic 5-0 victory over Barnet. Akuflex got himself a hat-trick in that game. What a signing he has been. Then in the next game against Stevenage, he got a brace. Stevenage had a bit of a disciplinary lapse there, getting 2 players sent off in the second half. It was tied up when their first player got sent off. Akuflex takes advantage, gets us that third goal. Then a few minutes before full time. Then a few minutes before halftime, another player gets sent off. Ends in a 3-2 victory for us. Then, as I already mentioned, we beat Norwich under 23s. Dion Curtis Henry got his debut in that. 2-0 victory for us here. Competition that could potentially be winnable, as it is League 2 and League 1 teams, then some Premier League under 23 teams competing. So we actually have a chance to make it pretty far in this competition. And it's one of those competitions where you get money for each win. And that is something that we could use. Because, yeah, if we go over here to our finances, you can see we've been steadily declining here. Started the season off at like 575. And we've kind of just been dropping on down. And we're also overspending our wage budget here by about 30K. So yeah, we need all the money we can get. But if we go over here to the league table, this is what matters. We're currently sitting in third. We have a game in hand because that Notts County game got postponed. But prior to that postponement, we were actually sitting top of the table on goal difference. Yeah, genuinely surprised we've been able to get off to this good of a start. I honestly thought we would be struggling. We'd be near the bottom. I don't really think we'd be relegated. I think we've shown that we're a pretty strong team. But I didn't think we would finish higher than mid-table this year. I thought we'd be floating around like the 17th through like the 20th area down here at the bottom. But we've gotten off to a flying start. We've also had Daniel Martin out injured for most of the season. So we've been playing our youngster left back, Liam Garside. At left back, he's struggled, we're not going to lie. So we are a team that doesn't have a lot of depth. We're still needing left back and another center back. And our midfield is still pretty light. So yeah, we're kind of like an injury away from having a really tough time. Speaking of injuries, Mo Touré is also going to be out for about a total of 2 months. Got injured in training last week. So yeah, not good. So Ewan Pollock will be leading the line here today. Oscar Bob straight into the starting lineup. Daniel Martin, this is his first game back from injury. We'll see how he's able to get on. The Notts County game is in a couple days' time, so it's likely our second game is going to be heavily rotated. But this is the team to take on the Shrimps of Morecambe. Come on, the Spartans! First highlight, we have the ball off of a throw-in. Grant bringing it forward, plays it over to Rahiki. Still probably saying his name wrong, but Aquaflex now on the left-hand side, whips it across for Kundal. Gets headed away, falls to Sharif, back up to Kundal. Plays it out to Byrne, who whips in across. That is a penalty. Come on, who's stepping up? Is that Aquaflex? No, it's Rahiki. And, oh, wow, what a save from the keeper. Oh, Sharif then has a shot from the top of the box. It gets blocked. Martin plays it into Rahiki. His cross gets cut out. I thought Rahiki placed that one far enough over to the left, but the keeper got there. That is disappointing. Now a corner. Kundal whips it in. Back post for Kamaro Grant. His first goal of the season. We are 1-0 up 36 minutes into the game. Great delivery from Kundal. Grant rising up the highest. Heads it in there. Let's go. And we're into another highlight now. Martin on the left-hand side. Try to get in across. It gets blocked. Morecambe pumping it forward, but they turn it over. Back on the attack. Oscar Bob plays it into Pollock. Oh! Ewan Pollock bundles it over the line. Wow, the defender just had to clear the ball, and he doesn't. And Pollock is there to bundle it over. The shot gets deflected. Keeper is out of the picture. Then the defender tries to clear it through Pollock instead of just clearing it off to the side. Bundled over the line. 2-0. A late highlight here for the Shrimps. Let's not get them back into the game, and we get them back into the game right on the brink of halftime. Of course we do. 2-1. That was a disappointing goal here. Carl Byrne, I don't know where he was going. He just completely left his man and went into the middle of the park. That was very poor defending, I'm not going to lie. And so instead of going into halftime with a 2-goal lead, we go in with a 1-goal lead. We are completely dominating Morecambe here, but they are very much in this game. So we got to continue the second half here like we are in the first half. Cannot have any signs of complacency, or we will be dropping points. First highlight of the second half, Morecambe are on the ball. That was a very dangerous challenge from Byrne, but he wins the ball. But Morecambe are still on it here. Oh my goodness. That was almost a wonderful goal for Morecambe, but it goes over. Okay, substitutions. Oscar Bob has picked up an injury, an upper body injury. Hopefully it is just a little bit of a knock, but Niall Watson is going to come on in his place. And Oxley Chamberlain is going to come on for Martin. Is that what we want to do? We're actually going to bring on Colin in for Martin. And we're probably going to sub off Byrne here in a minute or two. Alright. Now we're going to bring on Oxley Chamberlain for Byrne. Under 20 minutes left to play now. Come on, boys. Uh-oh. It's a late highlight and a free kick for Morecambe. This is not a good position. Yeah. Of course. You just knew when they were getting a free kick in that good of a position and there was a highlight. Wow, I mean, what a free kick. Oh, no. A corner now from Morecambe. Are you kidding me? We have thrown away a 2-goal lead. Unbelievable. And Ocuflex, what's he doing out here? He's been our best player all season. Out here with a 6.1 today. Wow, what are we doing? We just lost this game. Wow. Not happy with that at all. We were in the driving seat. 2-0 up. Then we give up a sloppy goal on the brink of halftime. And then we concede 2 times in the final 5 minutes of the game. That's not good enough. Not good enough at all. I'm gonna let the team know that. Ocuflex, I'm very disappointed in you. Very disappointing performance. 6.1 yellow card. Very, very poor. Here is the team to take on Notts County after that disappointing collapse against Morecambe. Quite a few changes. Henry comes in at goal. Cullinan in for Grant. Lees moves over to the right side of the pair. Oxley Chamberlain for Byrne. Hickey in for Rahiki. And then Sharif drops back to the deep-lying playmaker role. Ali on the left side. Watson in for the injured Oscar Bob, who's going to be out for about 2 weeks. We are at home at Croft Park. Let's pick up the 3 points. Come on, the Spartans. First side, a throw-in for Blyth. A bit of a kick clash going on here. And we have a header thunder off the crossbar. Nearly the opening goal for the Spartans. Corner. Cundall to whip it in. He was looking back. Post. Oh, Lees hits the crossbar. 2 headers off the crossbar in the opening 30 minutes. Could have been 2-0, but we are still goalless in this game. And we go into halftime here. Still looking for that opening goal. We could have had 2, but both headers hitting the crossbar. Let's just go out there the second half and find a way to get it in the back of the net. Come on, boys. First highlight of the second half. Notts County are on the ball. Can we force them into a turnover here? Not quite yet. Dowling on the ball. There we go. Watson wins the ball back. Plays it up towards Pollock, who heads it on to no one in particular. And the keeper is able to pick that up easily. He plays it long. We're on the ball again. We've won it back. Working it over to this right-hand side. Watson bringing it forward. Plays it back to Oxlade-Chamberlain, who whips in across. Back post to Ali. He had more time on the ball there. Rushed it, and an easy save in the end for the keeper. We are picking up a lot of yellow cards. That is something that we've seen a lot in the first part of this season. We are picking up multiple yellows every single game. It is a bit worrying. I think we're going to have a lot of suspensions going on throughout the season. We're just making some substitutions here. O'Donnell and Grant are coming on. We'll hold on to our final one here a little bit longer. Final sub, Rahiki on for Sharif. Coming up towards the final 10 minutes of the game. Will either team be able to nick a winner here? Not a lot of action going on in the second half. And I think we're going to end goalless here. We do. A 0-0 draw. A lot of shots happening in this game, but neither team able to find a way to beat the opposing keeper. We picked up 4 yellow cards in this game, committing 20 fouls. And I think that goes to show that we are lacking in a bit of quality. And we're having to foul to stay on top in these games. So kind of a disappointing episode. Just 1 point in the 2 games so far. But I'll bring you back in a moment and we'll take a look at the league table. So after we have played 6 games, we are sitting in 6th position. 4 points off that top spot. But again, we've had a tremendous start to this season. But we know how quickly things can change. A couple results and we could be tumbling down the league table. So we cannot throw away this fast start to this season. Akuflex still leading the top goal scorer chart here. And Torre and Akuflex with the highest average ratings. One thing that can derail the season, I already mentioned our injuries, but if we have a lot of games that are weekend and then midweek and then weekend games, that's going to be tough on us. We just don't have a lot of depth. And we have another game in 3 days' time. It's going to be another heavily rotated side. And we can only make loan signings for free at the moment. We are over the wage budget by that 30K. I have a lot of players that I'm scouting at the moment. You can see a lot of free players. I should probably prioritize these players that are available on loan. I've been scouting these guys since the beginning of the season. And you can see a lot of them are not even remotely close to being fully scouted. I don't know if it's some kind of glitch, but this is a lot longer than it took in previous FMs. Typically, after a month, they would pretty much be fully scouted. But, yeah, in my experience so far, it takes pretty much half the season for a player to get fully scouted. And I don't know if that's just because our scouts are bad or what's going on. Yeah, hopefully we can make some loan signings and find a way to add some more depth to the team. It's certainly not going to be us getting free transfers at the moment, unless we somehow find some hidden money somewhere. Maybe we'll get a takeover and get a sugar daddy. That would certainly help us out, but that's very unlikely. See, our owner status is happy to stay. So yeah, that wasn't any kind of foreshadowing saying that we're getting a board takeover or anything like that. Just hopeful wishing that maybe we can find a sugar daddy to pump some money into the club. But yeah, that's where we're going to end off this episode. Not sure where we'll come back for our next episode. Maybe the Salford game could be a good one. Salford, of course, owned by ex-Manchester United players. Gary Neville, I think Phil Neville, Paul Scholes. That group are the owners of Salford. So I think that could be a cool game to come back for. Maybe the Mansfield game and the Salford game. Mansfield near the top of the table. Yeah, that probably is a good one to come back for. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this episode and are enjoying this series, make sure you leave the video a like down below. If you are new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and join the fam, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on future videos coming to the channel. And until next time, it's been your Boyd 147.